And most of the show was shot only 1 or 2 days a week at the most. Maybe just 1 day a week was on the lot at Universal. Everything else was out on the locations. And wherever we set up, always drew a crowd. And David just was an amazing guy. He never turned down an autograph. He was always very nice to the public.
David was always terrific with fans, and particularly with children. And he would always give them a lot of attention and take pictures with them. I have pictures of him with my own kids, who were, small at that time.
David did a lot of things for the Make-A-Wish Foundation and was always giving of his time for the kids. Kids love Knight Rider, and I praise him for that.
We had kids from Make-A-Wish on the set nearly every day, every week. These are kids that, for the most part, were terminally ill kids.
Took them and put them in his chair. Then he gave them Knight Rider toys. Then he said, everybody, I want you to listen for a second. This is my friend Bobby. Bobby's going to be with us today. Everybody say hi to Bobby. Hi, Bobby. And Bobby used to say hi to the crew. And he was just wonderful.
He'd take them for a little ride in K.I.T.T. He usually give them a lunchbox and a Knight Rider jacket. And then they'd leave. They'd come out for a couple hours and leave. One kid in particular, and this story always kind of goes to my heart, because this kid was about 13 or 14 years old. He had cancer. He had lost his hair and all that. His family was visiting in L.A., and they were going to go to the set, and then they were all going to go to Disneyland. And the sound guy gave him the earphone so he could hear the dialogue. He wanted to stay. They said, yeah, and we said, well, we'll take him to the hotel. His grandmother was at the hotel. Whenever he wants to go back, we'll just drive him over to the hotel and leave him there. So he came and he stayed the whole day. He watched the scenes, he heard the dialogue. He kind of saw what it took to do this show. David gave him a really nice Knight Rider jacket and all that. And then around Christmas, his dad sent David a letter, and David came to the set and read the letter. Sorry. His son had died. And he thanked us for how we treated his son on the set. And he wanted to be buried in his Knight Rider jacket. And David was in tears when he read us the letter. And he says, it's a TV show. Why could that be so important to this kid? David never knew the impact his show did on people, especially young kids.
He lifted up the crew. I can't say enough about him. He was just a really good guy.
I find that, like with actors and stars, there are two kinds. There's the kind that comes to set and tells the director, just ask me to do anything. I will do anything. I can stand on my head and recite the Star Spangled Banner backwards if you want me to.
So often you do a show with a star like that, especially a new star, and they're fine for the first couple of shows, then they turn into real,
if I don't act like an asshole, nobody will respect me.
But David was not like that. David was great.
David was the complete counter opposite of that, It was his show. He loved being there.
David was humble and loving, and I think that's what made him so good, because he never said, without me, you have nothing, or any of those types of things.
I think he's a huge reason the show was such a hit.
Having been a soap star, he can look at a script, and he knows it by heart.
He knew his lines. He was prepared.
The prop guys would wax his dashboard. They always took real good care of the car, and he couldn't tape his lines to the dashboard because they would slip off it.
It's gonna be white pages. Wait, blue pages. Wait, it's gonna be green pages. Wait, hang on a second. Oh, I got it.
One man can make a difference.
One man can make a difference. It's as simple as that.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.